I'm not funny enough.
I'm not entertaining enough.
I'm not enough. At least that's what I told myself before starting YouTube. But after seeing some success, turns out it doesn't really matter. I'm introverted, and here's what I learned. One of the biggest hurdles is not knowing what to post about, not knowing your niche. And I'm guilty of this too. Even when I was in high school, deciding what my career would be. During senior year, when everyone was deciding what to study in college, I was lost, and I went with what made the most money.
Orthodontics.
I went to uni and majored in biochemistry and molecular biology, but I was just following the money, and it wasn't what I really wanted to do. It's easy to fall into the same trap on YouTube and just follow what makes the most money, but there's another way. There's two routes you could take. I believe starting a personal brand is very important, not only to be known, but also to see how you progress in life. And Gary Vee has been preaching the same message for over a decade. And one thing I took away from him was to document. I started this channel right after my first breakup, a low point in my life, and I knew I had to get better, and I had 3 goals in mind. Forget about my ex, improve communication skills, and make a lot of money. I wanted to show my progress, so I posted updates, starting in car sales and slowly switching over the years. Even though I didn't have a niche, making videos was easy because all I had to do was document. And I'm even going back to my old roots because I made a second channel doing the same thing. Documenting slowly got me into the habit of posting, and although those old videos didn't gain momentum, they serve a memory of where I started. They remind me that I'm improving, and whenever I feel down, I look back at those old videos and remind myself things are getting better. But I didn't mind showing myself to the world and being on camera, and I know not everyone thinks this way, which is why Route B is faceless.
This type of content would be more story-driven, whether you make a documentary about somebody or you talk about interesting topics. Plenty of creators succeeded here, and we don't even know what they look like. Although some creators have stuck to one genre of videos, that doesn't mean you can't succeed in talking about random things or esoteric things. Whichever route you take, you don't even need a lot to start.
It's easy to get stressed out about needing to buy the latest and greatest gadgets, and although I do agree with upgrading your setup, it's unnecessary when first starting out. Yeah, this was really unnecessary, yeah. When I was first introduced to rock climbing a few years back, I rented shoes, chalk, and got a day pass, and all that was less than 30 bucks. I need to make sure I liked it before investing in the right equipment. And as time passed, I realized that's what I want to do. So I invested in some nice climbing shoes, some chalk, and got a membership. And all that was nearly 400 bucks. And the same principle applies to YouTube. I started this channel back in 2020, and I used my iPhone 12 Pro Max to record everything. Except right now, because I'm using my roommate's camera. I realized that spending money on a camera just wasn't worth it, at least not yet. But slowly after some time, I got some upgrades. I got a lapel mic, a pocket light, a Samsung mic, and just a few weeks back, I made the biggest purchase and bought a MacBook Pro and a bunch of accessories. And if you're curious about these items, I left the links in the description down below. The point is, you don't have to spend tons of money up front. Use what you have and slowly upgrade. When I started this channel, topics were all over the place. I talked about goals, car sales, Etsy, and during this time is when I saw the slowest growth. On the surface, it looked like I was trying to appeal to everybody, but in reality, I appealed to nobody. But you also gotta realize I was just documenting, and my YouTube goal was just to document and then I'd figure it out later on. And in 2022, I figured it out. The moment I started talking about YTA, the moment I started showing my results was when I saw the biggest growth. That's what the audience wants. That's why you click on my videos. That's why you subscribe. You should subscribe. But in a way, I'm still documenting. I'm just being more specific. I also made a faceless channel with no real niche, and all my videos were about famous YouTubers and their stories. And this also grew and even got a viral video that Mr. Beast commented on. Now, if you're still wondering what my niche should be, then ask yourself this first. Are you doing it for fun? Are you doing it to make money? Are you doing it to promote a business? If it's just for fun, then there's no need to stress. Post what you want and just have fun. But don't expect to grow quickly and don't expect to make money. Nearly 95% of channels are unmonetized, and that's because they have no plan. And if it's to make money, then I don't mean the flex, but And ask yourself this: what topic do you know more than the average person? Is it sports? History? Stocks? If it's to promote a business, then ask yourself this: what questions do potential customers have? And how can I solve their problems? You're either educating, entertaining, maybe both. Yeah, don't forget to quote me on this. Making a vlog is easy, but if you make it like everybody else, then what makes it special? I made a video about upgrading my room setup, and it was an easy video, and there wasn't really anything special about my video. There's little incentive for a random person to click on it. They aren't getting anything out of it, and it's pure entertainment. I was blessed with a 1.6% click-through rate and 1,200 views, with over 90% of those views coming from returning viewers, which means some of you guys clicked on it out of curiosity or just like watching my stuff. So I appreciate that. Thank you. I made a video about moving to Texas, which got me a couple hundred views. But again, it didn't really serve an overall purpose for the channel, and I even ended up losing subs. But before uploading, I knew that those videos wouldn't perform. They're meant to go back to my roots of documenting and showing the journey, and it's meant for the few of you who are interested in seeing everything. They're fun to make, they're fun to look back on, but again, it's not what the majority like. I made a 30-day result video for a short channel. I made a 30-day result video for an AI channel. I made a 30-day result video for a faceless channel. Making these videos was hard and time-consuming, but when looking at the grand scheme of things, they all have one thing in common: showing results of YouTube channels. I'm yet to make a remarkable video, but the closest I would be for my DIY channel. I made a video back in 2019 with over 1.5 million views, and the best part is that it's vastly different from its competitors. It's short and to the point, has an attractive thumbnail and a clickable title, and all this allowed me to be ranked #1 for how to make a DIY. Alright, but how do you actually find ideas? Do what works, but with a twist. I've thought long and hard, but there is no such thing as original ideas. It's just an idea done differently. Sometimes vastly different, and sometimes just a Brent Rivera. Like, the man has no shame. Like, he literally can't make it any less obvious. 4 years I've seen 30-day dropshipping challenge videos, but never 30-day shorts challenge. So I figured this might be a good idea, and it worked. Most of my views are still coming from that one video alone, and because if it was a good video, because it was a good idea, a bunch of people are doing it and following the same thing. And a lot of their thumbnails and videos are better than mine, but because I was the first, I was rewarded the most. And this is the exact strategy I'm using for my new faceless channel. Rebound is a pioneer in basketball content, and because of their success, other channels are following their format. You're seeing NFL, MLS, NBA videos with the same thumbnail, the same titles as Rebound. But these are easy examples. Although they're different niches, they fall under the same category of sports. A better way would be using a different niche altogether, and this is exactly what Rebound is doing. They're using thumbnail ideas from Mr. Beast and applying it to their own basketball videos, and the cycle continues. Those that figure it out profit, and those that don't get left behind. Now comes the hardest part: actually doing the work. I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way I sound. I don't know how to edit videos. Although valid, your right to an opinion does not make your opinion valid. Thanks, courts. These are just excuses and the exact things I told myself before starting. Don't like the way you look? Wear a mask. Don't like the way you sound? Use a voice changer. Don't know how to edit? Learn on YouTube. You're introverted? Well, so am I, and so is nearly half the population and a lot of YouTubers. Stop making excuses and just start.